Nobody want me to date this, is it? I'm a great guy.
What's got Offset upset with Cardi B?
What's up? It's your boy, A to the L to the A to the N. I'm Alan.
And my name is Nicole.
And welcome to the House of Love podcast. Tonight, we got a special segment we are debuting. This is
After Hours at the House.
So put the kids to bed and get you a nice drink. And let's have this conversation hot off the press and on so many people's minds. So tonight, we want to talk about the drama surrounding what's got upset mad at Cardi B.
No, what's got what's got Offset upset with Cardi B?
Same thing.
So we really gonna dive into this whole situation with Cardi B finally revealing that she's pregnant.
That's turned into a situationship with Stefon Diggs. And before we get started, I want you to take a look at this clip.
Davin, what guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
Stefon Diggs.
Diggs is the guy.
Least I should date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Man, no.
He's crazy.
He's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents.
He talks a lot,
Outrageous. Don't know what he's gonna say.
and I don't like him.
We're gonna leave it like that. No.
Just don't know what to expect every day.
It's like you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents, so therefore she can't date him.
He couldn't date my sister.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? And I might add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
Well, nobody want me to date this, is it? I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually, it seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Feel differently about me?
Yeah.
They just don't know me well enough. That's what it is. It's the All right, who don't I want to date my sister? Weatherly.
Why Weatherly?
Because he's ugly.
All right, so we're back. Now that you've seen that clip, let's have the conversation. This is a whole mess with a married woman pregnant with another man's baby because she, in my opinion, because she wanted attention. But this said dude has had 2 babies this year and potentially has another one on the way.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I don't think she's doing it for attention. I don't think that at all. I think that she was a broken woman. She was is a married woman who went through a lot in a public relationship, a public marriage, and she's a human being. And I think sometimes people forget, like, Cardi is a human. And
Cardi is a 304.
Cardi is a human being. She is a mother. She has been through a lot. And I don't think she's doing it. I'm not saying everything is right at all. But I'm just saying I don't think she's gotten pregnant for attention. I think she had a public side piece for attention because she wanted her ex, Offset, to get upset. So she dated Stefon Diggs publicly, was turning up with him publicly to make him upset. But I don't think she got pregnant for attention.
But how do we know? How do we know that that's not Offset's baby?
Oh, I totally 100% thought it was initially because when
there's a lot of back and forth going on.
There's a lot of back and forth, and I think also when she was doing her court appearances, everybody was speculating that she was pregnant, and I saw a clip surfacing of Offset. So they were like, what do you think about Cardi B dropping a new album? He was supportive. He was not being childish. He was like, I support her, and I was like, oh, if she is pregnant, it's probably Offset's, but that's not what she said. So,
and I think what makes it so dynamic, right? One of the things, especially growing up in the South, I know they don't play when it comes to children and when it comes to faith, family, and football. Mm-hmm. But if I'm not mistaken, and doing my Google research, in the state of Georgia, if you have a child outside of wedlock while still married, the parent, the husband or the wife still has custodial rights over that child. And that could be part of the reason why he's so hesitant to get a divorce, besides wanting one of the properties and to pay his taxes. That could be another reason, just to have something to hang over her head. But regardless, I think that that's a complete chaos, bringing another baby into a situation where the baby has 2 other siblings. And how is Stefon Diggs going to split up Christmas?
2 other siblings?
Because Stefon Diggs already had 2 kids this year. So that's 3 homes, 3 baby mamas, 3 Christmases.
Did he have any kids before that though?
I want to say he had 1 before that.
Either way, it's a hot mess. Like we all know, this whole scenario is just a hot mess.
So let's kind of explore the legal ramifications of it. Legally, in the state of Georgia, Offset would have parental rights. Would you pay to make Offset go away? If he's asking for a property and you got, I think it's reported 3 or 4, and he's asking to pay property taxes, would you pay him to go away?
I don't know. I don't know. I know I've heard Cardi talk about it in this. She's like, she gonna fight for her stuff so she don't have to pay him off. And I get that, because as a man, men pride themselves on like, oh, I got this, I got that, I can take care of you and the next one. But it's just like, I would probably fight him on it too, because I work hard for mine. I'm the mother. I birthed all these kids we got together. If I want to leave and be gone, let me be. Like, don't make it stressful for me to go.
Well, why does it have to be convenient when the shoe's on the other foot? See, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Cardi is hot right now. Cardi is making more money than her husband right now. And again, especially in the Bible Belt, they frown upon getting divorced. That's number 1. But number 2, if you get divorced, whoever makes more, you're going to pay. Whether it's alimony, whether it's child support, or whether it's asking for a property or taxes. Because just like the women can say it, the men can say it, I want to be able to keep up with my lifestyle.
You know what? Especially if I were pregnant, like Cardi's pregnant right now, and if she has it to be able to pay whatever the settlement is to get her divorce, I probably would, just for peace of mind. Like, all right, I will never forgive him for how he's carrying it.
And that's my point. You cannot put a price on peace. And we always talk about it in our society now, equal rights. It should work both ways. If you make more money, granted, everybody can say that Offset a buster and he did all the cheating on Cardi.
Yeah, he's
being
lame. He's being a loser.
You can call him every name under the sun, but regardless, legalities work both ways in the court of law.
Yeah, but
insults don't work in the court of law. You got to pay me. You got to pay to play. You got to pay to make me go away.
Yeah, but why are you trying to take from me? Because at the end of the day, you taking from me.
It ain't taking. We built it together. No. We're married.
You taking and
I had a career. You had a career.
Okay.
We up in our game together.
We also had 3 kids together.
We had 3 kids together.
So exactly. We had 3 kids,
and now you're having another kid.
That's besides the point. That's besides the point.
Yeah, no, regardless of the fact that we are legally separated, we are still married. Right? Again, biblically, there's nothing that references separation. You either married or you divorced. You either covered or you out here on your own. So when you get the courts involved, legality comes into place, and it simply states, if you make more money, you're subjected to whatever to pay to get out of that situation. Regardless of the fact, because now she's just giving, even if she would have waited and got that done and then decided to have a baby, cool. But now she really just gave the judge to look at a situation and say, hey, you claiming he cheated on you, but here you are about to start a whole nother family and you still married. How we know that situation wasn't going on simultaneously while he was doing his cheating? He's on the road, she was on the road. Her boyfriend, Stefon Diggs, is on the road in different cities playing football. We also saw him this summer on a yacht that had thoughts on the yacht because Cardi B wasn't the only one on there and they was calling him daddy. So that's video proof and video evidence. I hadn't personally seen, I'm assuming Cardi got receipts and text messages and all that stuff, but I haven't seen no videos of Offset. The videos we see of Offset are him apologizing or trying to make it right, or showering her with gifts, or showering her with flowers, or popping up on her at her concerts. Mm-hmm. But there's video proof and a human evidence form that Cardi has gone her separate way. How long was that going on? We'll never know. So, to me, to avoid all the mess and the drama, just pay so it'll go away. It's my stance. Let us know in the comments which side you're on in regards to this Cardi B and Offset drama.
So, at the end of the day, this is, like I said, it's a hot mess, but I think people who get the shortest end of the stick in the whole situation is the kids.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the kids.
The irrefutable damage that it's going to cause on the kids. I was having this conversation with somebody in the comments about that's their business or stay out of rich people's business. That's cool. But what about the kids? Mm-hmm. Well, why are you worried about the kids? The kids got more money. Y'all, stop putting the emphasis on money. Yeah. Money isn't everything, right?
Because kids feel everything that's going on too, and that's money can't remedy.
Absolutely. That. Look at T.I.'s son. He's just trying to be a thug for no reason. Now he's about to get himself locked up. For what? Just being rebellious, right? So you don't know the emotional trauma and damage because the internet is forever. So as these kids get older, oh, they talking about my brother, or they talking about my sister, whatever Stefon Diggs and Cardi B's baby end up being. But that's going to be out there forever, right? So do you put your relationship with your family on the line and damage your reputation? I think we can get into a conversation about relationship versus reputation, because when it comes to building a family, building a relationship, extending the olive branch so that things or the children have a better chance at life, because you always want your children to have more and better than what you had. Is it causing an adverse effect because of the reputation that's going to come with it?
And I mean, it's just something they have to think about. Like,
true.
all I can say is, my point is, it sucks for the kids.
Yeah,
it sucks that she's pregnant. It sucks that she has to go through this while she's pregnant. We all have to handle the consequences of our actions. You know, she was having fun. She was enjoying herself because he, wanted to go outside. All the stuff that Offset put her through mentally, and being a mom and having these kids and her career and juggling everything. She wanted to go have fun, and now this is a consequence of, the fun she was having, and she got to deal with it. But
why? I understand having fun. I don't stop anybody from having fun. So that I agree with. She had fun. She reached her wits end with her current situation. That's cool. But why do you have to bring a baby into the world?
You don't. You shouldn't.
Or into the situation.
You shouldn't. You have to be more careful. And I think sometimes when people have gone, women especially, have gone through so much mentally. Like she even said when she was doing press for this album, it's like it took her so long to put out an album because she was going through a lot mentally, like she cried a whole bunch over this 7 years or whatever it's been since she put out the album. But mentally, I think she was just going through so much, and where you're not in a good mental space, you make reckless decisions.
But why? I agree. And then you perpetuate the situation by making a terrible reckless decision, if you will. I don't know if it's a level of recklessness on the scale, but you overcomplicate things where now you're trying to hide the pain and you're trying to hide the hurt by making a joke about it. Just like she was on the internet when she was cooking, she was like, I guess this is our baby daddy together, we all gonna have to figure it out.
Well, some people cope differently, and true. She is the humorous type of person, so sometimes when people use it as a coping mechanism, she gonna try to make humor out of it so that nobody else is making humor out of it, trying to hurt her feelings. She gonna beat you to the punch. Right. And I get it. She's doing what's best for her to try to cope through the situation as she carries this baby.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, how does this end and where do we draw the line, right? Because a lot of times we have these debates in our community, or we see the celebrity gossip and the celebrity drama. How does it end? What's your opinion? What's your opinion on how does this situation end, and how do we stop the cycle?
I don't, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how this. And
I'm asking because I would like the female's perspective, because I think that's the important piece. A lot of times, men, either two things are gonna happen. For the most part, it's binary with us. Either we gonna step up to the plate and do what we gotta do, or we gonna get gone.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, what's going to happen is Cardi's going to have this baby. She's going to raise these kids, period, whether the dads are around or not. That's point blank period. She going to...
Let's be for real, right?
What?
She has the money, where she has people supporting her. Yeah. As long as she's touring and hosting concerts and traveling and doing things,
she'll have
she's
the
not
money
necessarily raising
by herself. I understand, but when it comes to the women, and we all know, the women usually assume the bulk of the responsibility, especially when it comes to physical. So even if it comes to calling the nannies, hiring the nannies, vetting the nannies, all those things, or the school, making sure they're in school, doctor's appointments, all those things, yes, she will have help, and it sounds like she has her family's support too, but that's still, coordinating all of that stuff is still work too. And for the father to be able to freely just move and not have to worry about the day-to-day, it's still a lot on her. But at the end of the day, women are strong. She's going to figure it out. She's going to do it. What's going to happen with the kids? I don't know. I mean, I know with Offset's other kids, Cardi was one big happy family.
Right.
Accepting the kids too. So
trust me, for us, we don't like when the rabbit got the gun, so to speak, right? So Offset is definitely upset. There's some hurt. There's some hurt there.
And that's why he's trying to get this stuff out of her and the divorce.
Yeah. He can tweet and post and be out seen with different women, but he hurt on the inside.
Oh, he hurt. That's the reason he
gonna cry in the car.
This is the reason he's all of a sudden spotted out with these women on like a date or whatever. You're just hurt. Right. You're hurt. And again, that's why he's asking for this, the money, houses, whatever. It's out of pain. But at the end of the day, I think he shouldn't be as upset because he did his dirt too. It should hurt. It hurts more because it's an athlete, right? It's a public thing. If she was Cardi got pregnant by some random Joe, he would not be going this hard.
And I don't usually agree with anything he says, but I'll give Charleston White credit when he said Offset is definitely hurt because she getting that athlete penis. Mm-hmm. It ain't that lean, that drugs, that cocaine, that in the streets eating fried chicken penis. It's that tip top shape athlete. He can go all night long. So I think that's a different level of hurt when you start comparing yourself, man to man. You like, oh dang, she was an athlete. She didn't elevate it, and then when you start thinking like, oh, but he reckless with his seed, or he reckless with how he go about moving in the society. I'm not as threatened. I can continue to do my thing. But overall, all in all, it gives a bad image. It gives a bad reputation, and it gives a bad aura to the situation.
Yeah, and I just thought about the fact that, do you remember when Cardi had her son's hair like Stefon's?
Oh, yeah.
That was a slap in the face, just low. But she said, you go low, she gonna go
to hell.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what she said. So that stuff like that is like, okay, you're taking it too far because people can get crazy. Like, Offset can do some crazy stuff. And then also Stefon Diggs was going back and forth with Offset on social media. So it's just all a hot mess.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. I think that was a good topic of conversation, and we'll do more style like this just to provide something different. So thanks for tuning in to After Hours at the House, where we put the kids to bed and talk about anything that's in our heads.
So ladies, it is October and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to remind you by wearing pink all month long that it is important to check your breast health and get your mammograms as directed by your doctor. So make sure you have scheduled your appointments, make sure you are checking your breasts on a regular basis, and make sure you continue to protect your breasts.